Okay, we're going to go ahead and begin at 5:31. A special meeting of the school board. Matt Ridenour will not be present. Mike Fox is on his way, but we do have a quorum. We have Mark Distaso, Ed Porter, and we have Larry Layton. So we're going to go ahead and call the order. And at 5:31 and adopt the agenda at 2.0. Do we have a move?
Move.
Second.
I'll second.
Call questions to the agenda?
Aye.
Aye. Then we'll move to 3.0. Pledge of Allegiance, flags right there. Right hand over your heart, ready to begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Move to 4.0. Local Control Accountability Plan. What's going on with the county and the revisions that were made? Oh, we have to move it in. Move.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
What's going on with these plans?
So, as you know, in June we approved a local control accountability plan, one submitted to the county. Due to our negative certification and due to the newness of this plan, both on the county and our part, there was some clarification that needed to be done, and we needed to make sure we added some compliance issues. That is all outlined for you in a letter that I gave you of all of the changes that were made. And at this point, the plan as is that was given to you is currently accepted by the county and will be approved.
So we basically gave them just kind of like points and they want more
They
clarification.
did, and so I worked with the county specifically and clarified all areas for them and shored up the LCAP.
Is there a reason that in the manner that it was presented by other districts they were okay with, but in our case they want further clarification? Do you know anything about that?
I do not know anything about that particularly, but when working with the county, I made sure that I addressed all of their concerns to make sure our plan was
So they're happy with
They are very happy right now with their plan.
I had a question, and this could have very well been on the prior one. This is always the risk you run when you print something twice, and you go, oh, let's ask about that. On page 18 and 19, it doesn't have to do with the county as much as just a question about under level of service, the LAAY years 1, 2, and 3 expenditures for certificated and classified employees. It calls for a 2% step and column increase.
Right.
So we're referring strictly to teachers on staff who by tenure are entitled to another step or receive another type of certification or something that would move them to another column. Mm-hmm. Okay. And that, why did that have to be shown on the LCAP?
That is, the county, again, we approve this annually, so if at the end of the year, due to RIF notices or change in any kind of certificated employment, we would definitely change the number at the end of the year, but if we were to keep the same amount of employees, 2% is traditionally what you would budget for an increase in their annual salary. So
That's what the budget would typically
yes.
Assume.
Right.
If teachers remain on staff
yes.
and tenure themselves.
Right. And in June, at the end of this year, after March 15th, we'll be able to, I will come and bring back to you the revised local control accountability plan for the following school year.
Okay. I also see in regard to the high school, where it says that 22% of the seniors become eligible for UC and CSU
right.
Enrollment. Does again, this is getting off of the accountability plan and more of just a inquisitive nature. Do we know how that compares to other high schools?
You know what? It's lower than other high schools at this point. It's something that, when working with the county, was built into our action plans that they wanted us to clarify and make sure we put in as a metrics, which is why you see that spelled out specifically. And it's something that when Dr. Woodard came here 5 years ago, brought in the A to G. We are going to be doing some assessments of our juniors to see if they're eligible, and I know that number is going to significantly increase.
Is, I mean, because I guess I was a little surprised by it because the coursework is there.
Right.
Before, you could always look at it and say, well, the coursework's not available. But the coursework is there, so is it just a matter of students not wanting to take the AADUSD coursework?
Or passing the A through G classes, making sure that after, not only to take the coursework, they have to pass it to be eligible.
Yeah, but it's, if they're not passing, it's usually because there's probably a lack of interest. So, all right, that, from a policy perspective, that's, I think that's something we need to address, but that's for a later time. We have a comment card from Kenneth Crabtree.
Yeah, well, I was wondering why this was being modified after it had already been previously approved, and you pretty well answered the question.
Okay. Gentlemen, did you have any other input or comments?
No,
No?
I reviewed it.
So what is the desire of the board? Did you want to wait for Mr. Fox, or
Call the question.
you want to call the question and move on? Okay,
Take my son forward.
okay, for the approval of the revised plan, call the question?
Aye.
Aye? Okay. Was there anything else that staff had to offer, or that you need from the board today?
Not at this time. Thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Move to adjourn.